seat is from Unit 8. And we're only on Unit 7.
Okay. All right. Then we will reassess.
I mean, I got all the parsing part, but the translate to English part I did not get. So
Yeah. I don't know what happened, but
okay.
that's clearly not. You are not responsible for Unit 8.
So I was like, wait a second, these words don't look familiar at all either. Like I messed up, and I looked and yeah, they're all in Unit 8. Everyone except post C. But
okay.
Also,
other questions?
Yeah. So for Saturday, were we taking the test on Saturday then?
Yeah. So we'll be doing it again like we did last time. So the last half of Friday would be the first part of the quiz, and the first half of Saturday.
Okay. That's I didn't realize that when I said I could do Saturday. The thing is, on Fridays I work. That's the only day that I work full time because I know that I won't have class on Saturday or Sunday. So
okay.
I won't be able to study. I work from 1 to 11 on Fridays. So that's puts me in a bad position for the test on Saturday.
Could we say you can take the test on Sunday?
Yeah, I mean that'd be fine. Because I could study all day Saturday.
And then we can just have half a class period, so an hour and a half on Saturday, and then
the test
you can take that part of the test either on Saturday or on Sunday, and I will of course rely on you not to email each other and say, hey, you should look up whatever.
Yeah, I won't do that.
Okay.
Yeah, I didn't realize that about the test. I could definitely just have a normal class on Saturday, like if it's just a normal class. But like I said, I work 1 to 11 on Fridays, so it puts me in a bad position for Saturday.
Yeah.
So would just Nathan take it on Sunday, and then Corey and I would take it on Saturday, or would we all take it on Sunday? Or
basically, I make it available, and you could take it either on Saturday or on Sunday.
Okay, cool. I like that.
We wouldn't schedule a specific time. We just schedule an hour and a half. To introduce you at 9.
Okay.
That's perfect. Yeah, that's totally fine.
Sounds great.
Corey, did you hear this?
We can take the exam on Saturday or Sunday?
Basically, so the way the exam will work is half will be on Friday, and then half will be, it was supposed to be half on Friday, half on Saturday. Well, it was supposed to have been half on Thursday, half on Friday, but then bumped, half on Friday, half on Saturday, but that doesn't work for Nathan's. So he plans to do his work obligations, so the second half will be able to be taken by you. You'll be able to take the second half at any point during the weekend.
That's perfect. I'm sorry. Okay. I didn't realize it yesterday when I signed up for
Saturday. It's okay.
Okay. Yeah, I only work late Friday. I only work a lot Friday because I know I have the whole weekend. So.
Right.
Will there be a session on Saturday?
So we would just schedule an hour and a half session.
Okay.
And I can do that whenever you guys want to. I can do that whenever you guys want to. So just let me know. That's good.
Okay. Corey, Rachel, and Nathan both emailed about their preferred time on Saturday. Do you have a preference? Do you have any?
No preference.
Okay. I guess I don't like the idea of starting at 11:30 because that seems like it'll just be over lunchtime and I'll be getting very hungry. Okay. But maybe, I don't know, maybe you all eat lunch much later. Could we say 11 to 12:30? Is that okay?
Yeah, it's totally fine.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Corey, is that good for you?
Yeah. It's just I'll look forward to an email just to remind me.
Okay.
Yeah. That's a good idea.
I'm pretty flexible though.
Yeah.
About the test, you said originally it was going to be Thursday and Friday.
Yeah.
So now is it going to be Friday and Sunday?
Friday and Saturday if you wish, or if you would like to do it on Sunday. I'm going to make it available starting like, I don't know, 9 a.m. on Saturday or whenever people think.
Okay.
If you would like it
Got it.
available at 8:30, if you don't want that option open, I can do that. But I can set it that it doesn't have to happen at a specific time. You just have your own timer that goes for Haguna.
Cool. Yeah, sounds good to me.
Okay. Did you have any other questions?
That is it.
Okay. Does anyone else have any questions?
Nope.
All right. Then I guess you were going over homework. Did you have any questions about that, or had you all answered your questions by group consultation?
I think I had a lot of questions, so I didn't mark anyone in
Yeah.
particular. So.
Okay. Which sentences did you go
Start
over?
from the top.
All of them.
Oh, all of them. Okay. But but you were still unsure about many of them.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
So we'll see as we go along, I guess. I mean,
Okay. All right.
I think as we go along, I'll remember what specific questions I had or problems.
Rachel Jones for herself.
Okay. Adquem mis isti libros
Close.
quos noster clarus actor illo tempore scripsit ut populo tuo placeret. Okay. So for the second half of that, I got in order for it to please the people with you. So like ut populo tuo placeret.
With you?
Because tuo could be dative or ablative. So if you
Yeah.
do
Dative or
ablative,
ablative what?
singular,
What kind of word?
masculine. Because
That's-
populo is masculine.
Yeah, but what is it? It's not a verb. What type of word?
Adjective.
Yes, a possessive
Okay.
adjective, not a pronoun. You and to you and for you are pronouns. Tu usaum is a possessive adjective, so it means your. It can't be a pronoun. It's always an adjective. So in order to please populo tuo, right? Tuo agrees in general and please populo.
Okay. I get what you're saying. For some reason, I was looking at like two, and then like putting
Yeah,
declension on it.
right. But it's to be, te, not
Okay.
to
Okay.
be,
So
tuo.
okay. In order to please your people.
In order to please your people. And populo tuo is in the dative because placeo takes a dative. You are always pleasing to somebody. In English, you please someone as a direct object. In Latin, you are pleasing to somebody in the dative.
Okay. And
right,
then for the
good.
first part, so adquem, to whom. And then for the main verb, I was kind of looking for I was looking for an infinitive and I didn't see one. So to
Why were you
whom,
looking for an infinitive?
I have no idea. No, I mean, I think I was just kind of like, so in order to whom.
So this is a question about a fact. So you're probably going to have an indicative.
Okay. Did you send
Ad quem hiciste libros?
the book,
How many?
books,
Yes.
and then kuos.
So ad quem
Is-
hiciste libros is the main clause, just to be clear. To whom did you send the
Okay.
books? And then quos, noster clavis auxor illo tempus scripsi. So you can basically know from the relative until the verb, that's going to be a next clause. And then ut,
Okay.
until a verb at the end of that clause, is another clause. So if you
Okay.
see the start of the clause and then you find the verb, that's probably going to be the whole unit.
Okay. So I think that's what was tripping me up is I wasn't breaking the clause there. So I was thinking that because they match, they are linked together, but they're not because that's not this grammar. So-
They refer to the same person, but they're syntactically totally functioning totally different.
So kuos is who. So to whom did you send the books? Which the so the author.
Yeah,
So author, the author,
what kind of author is he?
Clarus, famous author.
And he's also noster. Noster, nostra, nostrum.
Nostra. I'm really not sure what that word is at all. Is that it was because I'm thinking like the first person pronoun, but it's noster.
Yeah, so
How
it's a
can you-
possessive adjective from the first person. Noster,
Okay.
nostra, nostrum.
Okay. So close to our
Yeah, so which our Gladys author scripted.
which our famous author sent
No,
il
a scribe script.
wrote
Yeah, right.
the famous author, which our famous author wrote that il tempore so ablative wrote with time
With that time,
in
potentially, but with that
Okay.
time doesn't really make a lot of sense. We just had an explanation of 3 ways of talking about time. So maybe is one of these expressions of time.
and it's ablative. So it's either at that time or within that time.
Right.
Okay.
And
So
it's up to you what you think it is. I think at that time probably makes more sense, but
okay. So ad quins libros close. So it'd be to whom did you send the books, which our famous author wrote at that time in order to please your people. Okay.
and populus, just to be clear, means a people as a collective, like a nation or a group of individuals. So, like people like me, you wouldn't say populus, blah blah blah, because people in that case in English means just individuals. But if you want to say the people have rejected your authority, right, that would be populus. Okay, good. Questions about that?
You explained it pretty well.
You want to take the next one?
Yeah. So, okay, I'll read to what I got to. I
Okay.
got, we love this book, whose author is known, and then I don't know vestries civibus. I know that vestries civibus. I know civibus is citizens,
Mm-hmm.
but I don't. I know as by.
Yeah. Westrum is,
I forgot what that is.
it's the possessive adjective from vos.
Oh, okay. So you're by your citizens.
Mm-hmm.
So we love this book, whose author is known by your citizens.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Sed illum librum qui in mensa audimus, qui est in mensa audimus.
Okay. So then I got, but we hate
Mm-hmm.
this book.
That book.
Oh yeah, that book. Which is on the table.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Okay, yeah. I kind of stopped after the first part because I didn't get it, but okay.
Good.
But we hate that book. The
Qui est in mensa.
Western.
Yeah. Which
Okay.
is on the
Which is
table.
on the table.
So illum librum is in what case? Right?
That is accusative
And why is it accusative?
because it's the indirect object. Because we is the direct object. Is the subject.
We is the subject of hate. We hate. It's not the indirect object. It's
Sorry,
the direct
yeah.
object.
Sorry, yes, I meant it's the
Yeah.
the direct object, and we is the subject. That's
Good.
what, yeah.
And then
So we have the
qui
subject.
is masculine and singular because the book is masculine and singular.
Right.
Why is it nominative?
Because matching the table, because that's what it's
Mm.
matching.
No, it's on the table in mensa is a prepositional phrase with the ablative, so no.
So it's
Why would
not,
something ever be nominative? It's the most basic reason for something to be nominative.
Oh, because which, because it's of some. Oh, because it's the subject.
It's the
Yeah,
subject,
subject.
of
Subject of est.
est. Good. And I'm not like picking on you because you did it wrong or anything, but I just
No, just so you get it. Yeah.
make sure you
I just-
understand why.
yeah,
and be able to
I just-
articulate that.
Why is like which? How is that like a subject? That doesn't.
Well,
That doesn't,
who is the subject for a person? Which in English is the subject for a
A
thing?
thing. Oh. So it's like a person's like who is on the table. It'd be the
Yes.
same thing. I know. Someone's on the table. I get it. But
Yeah,
Okay.
but I hate that man who is on the table, right?
okay.
It's not-
Yeah. It's passed out on the table. Yeah.
So if it was illum virum or something, qui in mensa, qui would be rendered by who.
Okay.
Here
Yeah,
it's
starting
which.
to click. Yeah, that makes
Yeah.
sense.
So we distinguish between people and not people. Latin just says, well, what grammatical gender is it? Okay, that's the one we use.
Okay, so it's matching it's matching number and gender with Libra, but then it's denominative for S.
Yeah,
Okay.
and that makes sense if you think about it. If we're talking about the same thing, it can't switch gender or number. If it's
Right.
1, it's going to stay 1. If it's 2, it's going to stay 2, etc. And it's going to keep its gender. But its function
Okay.
Corey, would you take the next one?
Yeah, do you want me to read it in Latin or just English?
No, just English is fine.
So he says that the women whom we see in that place are mothers of those boys in Rome. And then I wasn't too sure. I had something like who will come out of Asia. And then I think I stopped in order
Okay.
that something.
Okay. Pretty good. Okay, so let's talk about the structure. So dicit is your main clause.
Uh-huh.
That's it. Okay. And then feminas, esse matras eorum puerorum is the indirect statement. And then quas viderimus in illo loco is a relative clause within that indirect statement. And then qui Romam ex Asia venerunt is another indirect clause within that indirect statement. And then ut sibi laetas vitas petant is a subordinate purpose clause subordinated to the venerunt of the qui clause, which is subordinated to the indirect statement that is subordinated to the dicit. So just to be very consistent.
So okay, so my first clause is dicit.
He says, okay, that, and then feminas esse matres eorum puerorum. You got that. That's the
Okay.
indirect statement, and I think you translated that. He says that the women are the mothers of those boys, right?
Mhm.
Okay, good. Okay, so the women, and then a subordinate clause. We want to know more about these women. Quas viderimus in illo loco. What did you say?
Yeah, so whom we see in that place are mothers.
Yeah, who we see in that place is the relative clause. Quam viderimus in illo loco. That are mothers is we say that the women are mothers. The women whom we saw in that place are mothers.
Mhm.
Okay. So now what tense is viderimus?
It looks present to me. Is it
Well, it's
a
not. What are the principal
participle?
parts?
Uh,
No.
no. Oh, so that's a subjunctive.
Yes.
Perfect.
So yes. So videro,
Okay.
videre, vidi, visus. So weed is the perfect stem plus edimus, perfect subjunctive.
So have seen.
So
So
we have
the
seen
women
or we saw.
saw.
The women we saw in that place are the mothers of those boys, and then a relative clause telling us more about those boys. Those boys, qui Romam ex Asia venerunt.
Mhm.
And what case is venerunt?
That would be imperfect.
That would be venebant.
Oh,
Venebant.
okay. So future.
Nope. That would be venient.
Sorry.
So venio, venire, veni, long e, veni. So we have that long
okay.
e. So we have a perfect stem plus erunt.
Sorry, you said perfect stem plus erunt. Yeah. Just blanking right now.
Anyone?
It's perfect.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Est et imus istis erunt.
So who came
Okay. Who came ex
out of
Asia,
Asia or from Asia?
Romam.
Who came to
Remember
Rome from
exactly.
Asia?
And how do
Okay.
you know it's to Rome?
Because it's in
Rome.
the
Yeah. No.
mhm.
You continue.
Oh, it's in the
Sorry.
accusative. So
Is an accusative. And Rome is the name of a city, town, or small island, or the words domus and rus. And so we express location without a preposition.
Mhm.
Yeah, okay. Who came to Rome from Asia. Why? Ut sibi laitas vitas petant.
So, in order that,
Mm-hmm.
so something. Okay, so petant would be
Mhm.
uh, what is peto again?
Petre, petre. A petition is you are blanking for something. Anyone?
Uh,
Seek or ask.
Seek. Yeah.
Oh,
Petre,
yeah,
petre.
that's right. Okay.
yeah, to seek. Yeah.
Who are seeking a happy life?
Yeah. Happy lives. Sibi.
Oh, happy lives. Yeah.
And then what is sibi?
Sibi is a reflexive pronoun.
Dative reflexive. So they, in order to seek happy lives, sibi.
So that would be
For
for themselves.
themselves, exactly.
Okay.
Okay. Good. Did you all follow that?
Yeah.
Okay. Um, um, good. Rachel, do you want the next sheet?
Okay, so this will come towards our island, or that island, which is in our sea, but, and this is where I get a little off, but that, that always was coming in this, and then I'm not
Is
sure.
not coming. Wenio is to come. Wixie?
To see. So we.
No, that would be weedy.
But this. What's the third principal part of VD then?
Weedy. Wenny, weedy, weesy. Wiki, sorry. Wenny, weedy, wiki. I came, I saw. Weedy. Just as a long eye.
Okay.
Otherwise. Anyone know what Wixie is the third principal part of?
To live.
Yeah.
To live.
What's the first principal part of that?
Widow? No.
Say that again?
I said widow, but I don't think that's right.
Nope. We will. V-I-V-O. We will be better.
So. But that, always, and then third principal part, and then erunt. Perfect stem. I want to say that's subjunctive.
No. And you didn't get Wenerunt either. This is, I don't know, the form that tripped up Corey too. Erunt,
Okay.
perfect stem plus erunt is ESD at inus istus erunt.
Perfect stem plus erunt. So no, the perfect stem.
What are the endings? ESD at inus istus erunt. Inus istus erunt. ESD.
Of future.
No,
No.
the perfect negative. Perfect active.
Okay. Okay. Okay.
Okay, so always Vixerunt, they lived in Hoklogo.
Okay. So they live in this. In this location, ablative singular.
Yeah, in this place.
Okay.
Yeah, yeah. Okay, so let's do that again. Now, he, what gender number in case is that?
Masculine.
Mhm.
Singular, and then he is. He.
Hick would be
Oh,
masculine. So
okay.
he.
Sorry, I thought it was like English he, and I didn't realize.
Oh no, I'm sorry. H-I with a macron.
Okay.
The first word of the
That's
sentence.
masculine nominative plural.
Exactly. So you said this, but it's plural.
The
These men, right?
these men.
So these men venerunt.
And that was the came.
These men came not ad ilan insulam, but ab ila insula.
So away.
Yeah, they came from Ila Insula.
Okay. From that island.
From that island, que est in nostro mare.
Which is in our sea.
Mm-hmm. Said Ili. Okay, so these guys came from that island, but Ili, those guys.
Okay. Who?
They sempre vixerunt in hoc loco.
So who always lived in this location?
Yeah, there's no who, but yes.
Okay.
Those always lived in
Okay.
this place. Good.
Okay.
Mare nostrum, what does that mean?
Modern.
It's not precisely in that form, but this is for everyone, just as you translate it.
Which word?
Mare nostrum, typed it in the group chat, you can see.
Ours, the sea of ours.
Our sea, yeah,
Our sea.
our sea. So noster, nostra, nostrum, it's a neuter nominative singular because mare is neuter nominative and singular. And that is what it means, but actually it also means the Mediterranean in Latin because
Okay.
that's what the Romans called it. Mare nostrum. I mean, they called it other things, but.
Okay.
So, Roman lake.
Well, sea, but yes. It's not a lake.
No, I know that was the joke because it's like their whole territory was around it, so it was like a lake in the middle.
It was in fact the ocean, which people
No, I know.
sailed.
It was a. If you ever read Henry Perrin, he calls it Roman lake.
Yes. Okay. And then, did you have any questions about this sentence?
Just to be
Mhm.
real quick, so nostro mare, as in this sentence, still would directly translate to our sea, but means Mediterranean Sea.
Yes, idiomatically, probably it means. I mean, literally, you're right.
Okay.
And your book didn't tell you anything, but probably in this context, it actually refers to a specific.
Okay.
You know, just like you say, like, I'm going to the city. Or if you live in Minnesota, you say, we're going to the cities. And literally, that means you're going to multiple cities.
Mhm.
If you are Minnesotan, that means I'm going to either St. Paul or Minneapolis. It has a specific meaning.
Yeah.
Like, also, there's only one city you're going to, although there are many, many cities in Italy at that time. The city is Rome. And our lake, our sea is the Mediterranean. So I'm just telling you a little bit about idioms, but it's not that you're incorrect by any means. It's just, studying dead languages and reading these sometimes boring sentences. It's nice to remember there were actually people who thought interesting things and had interesting things to say. Once upon a time.
Well, no, it's funny. I was saying when you were gone that I enjoyed translating E and F on number 4 more because it's like real feeling. It's something they actually said. It like made more sense compared to these like generic, like homework assignment sentences.
Yeah. Nope. This is your first unabbreviated. Yeah, it's fun. Like if you ever in Rome wander around, you can read, and if you go to Pompeii, you can read graffiti. It's like, people were doing that. They didn't have like super inspiring things to say. Often vulgar or odd things like.
Some things don't change.
Someone says there was no chamber pot, so I had to wet the bed. I'm sorry, but whatever. And that's been preserved for eternity, posterity. But it's nice to remember. Like, oh, there were actually people who did.
Yeah.
There were interesting people. There were dumb people. Yeah.
All kinds of people.
All kinds of people.
Language.
Yes. Nathan, will you take the next one?
Sure. Number 5. So I thought this was actually one of the easier ones. I read this book. Did you read that?
Ilum? What does Ilum mean?
This? What is this?
Hik means this. Hila ila ilud means that.
Oh, I just switched them.
Yeah.
Okay,
so
sorry. Did you?
I read that book.
I read that book. Did you read this?
Did you read this one? We would probably say, right? Because Librum, this refers to this book.
Got it.
Good.
Yeah, I just switched them. Sorry.
Yeah, that's okay.
Cool.
Corey, will you take the next one?
Yeah. Just your previous comment about graffiti just reminded me of this ancient cuneiform fart joke that we were told in history once. Anyway, so
yeah, there's a whole play, Aristophanes, The Frogs, that like scene after scene is devoted to fart jokes.
Awesome.
It's rather exhausting
like
if you have to read it super slowly, and it's like, oh my goodness, this is like 14-year-old boy humor.
So some things don't change. I mean,
it's crazy.
Fart jokes still sell plays. Yes. Yep.
Still plays.
Okay.
All right. So, to whom have you given the book, which the master says is about to become legendary?
So this is from Lego Legere. And what does Lego mean?
Oh, is about to be read.
Yes, is about to be read or has to be read. So this is a paraphrastic infinitive. Has to be read. Mihi. So it's a passive paraphrastic. So then we have the dative of agent. Has to be read. Mihi.
To me?
Agent.
Or agent. It's dative.
If you're the person reading, not the person
me.
to whom. Yeah. Nope, that would be, if I'm reading to you, I'm,
Okay.
You are not the agent. I am the agent. But it has to be read. Again,
By me.
Yes, by me. That's
By
the agent. That means you are the one who should read it. Good.
So it's to whom have you given the book, which the master says must be read by me.
Exactly.
Okay.
Yes. So mihi legendum esse is an indirect statement. It is having to be read by me.
Okay.
Good. Okay. How many more did I have you do?
1 through 13, and then 28.
Okay. 1 through 13. Were there any particularly problematic ones?
Can I ask, when we were going over it, we went over number 11 specifically, and I
Mhm.
think like putting our heads together, we did get it right.
Okay.
But I guess like
Teamwork.
you tell us.
Okay, I will
Teamwork
tell
makes the
you.
dream work. Okay. So number 11. So the son of my friend sees you all, but we see neither you nor your allies.
Yes, except if you look super closely, there's a macron over the first I in vidit and vidimus, and that is the only distinction between the present and the perfect stem. So these are perfect
Okay.
indicatives, and not
So
present.
saw you all.
Yes, the son of my friend saw you all, but we saw neither you nor your allies. Yeah, exactly.
Okay.
Sorry.
Yeah.
I was gonna say, could we do E and F on 4? Just
Oh
so-
yes, absolutely.
Sounds
That's what I was
interesting.
hoping to skip forward to. But quickly to number 10, quibuscum. I don't know why exactly, but when you use a relative pronoun or interrogative pronoun with the preposition cum, you tack it on to the end. So you don't say cum quibus with whom, but quibuscum with whom.
Okay.
Or qualcum with whom. Qualcum. So that's just something to know. If you see quibus cum, what's going on? Oh yes, just cut off cum and put it at the front. Now you know how to translate. Okay. Yes, let's do E and F. Marshall. Okay. I really like E. And amo, like in French, aimer, it is both to like and to love. So we have, like is a more casual word, and love, more romantic or deeper friendship or a familial relationship or something. There's no such distinction in Latin. So probably this is definitely not a statement about his romantic interests. It's just non amo, I don't like. Okay, who wants to take E?
I'll do it. I think I got it.
Okay.
I hope so. I do not love you, Sabi.
Yeah, I don't like you. I don't like you, probably.
What?
Do not like you. Like probably is here what is meant.
Oh. I thought Emma was love.
It, as I just explained,
Oh, sorry.
amo means both to like
Sorry,
and to
sorry,
love
sorry.
in English.
Huh. Oh. Okay, I do not like you, Sabidi.
Mhm.
I am not able to say why.
Mhm.
This only I can say I do not like you.
Yes. So this is the entire poem. He wrote a little poem, and that's the whole thing. I don't like you, Sabidius, and I can't explain why. All I can say is I just don't like you. All right. There you go. There's your poem. Who wants F? No, neither of you do.
No, I didn't get this far.
Okay.
Yeah.
Rachel, did you?
No.
No. Okay. Well, let's work together.
Okay.
Well, why don't you take the first one, and the other can take the second one.
Okay. So
Tais habet nigros niveus laicania dentes. Okay, so Tais habet nigros dentes niveus dentes laicania habet is the full version of the first.
okay. So Thias
Yeah, Thias.
has
Mhm.
black teeth.
Thias has black teeth.
Laconia has white teeth.
Yeah. All right, good. So, charming. Thias has black teeth. Lecania has white ones. Corey, queratio est, emptos te habet illa suos.
Yeah. Oof.
Queratio est.
So, uh, why is or what is the reason?
What is the reason?
Um. Toast.
Okay, so yes, emptos from emptus, the perfect passive participle. So emptos dentes haec habet. So who's the subject of habet?
Habet. It would be via emptos.
No, that's accusative plural.
Oh,
So
okay.
no.
Haec.
Haec, yes,
Hike.
meaning.
Hike. Meaning that's a demonstrative adjective.
What gender number case is it?
That'd be can't remember.
Hic,
Oh.
haec hoc.
Plural. Accusative.
Could be
Neuter.
plural accusative, but that wouldn't make much sense for
Oh.
the subject of a
Oh, it's the
singular verb.
subject. Oh, it's a feminine
Feminine
singular.
nominative singular, which makes sense. We're talking about women. So haec,
Hike. This.
this woman, right? This woman habet emptos.
Oh, I see. Okay, so this woman, she has bought.
Has bought ones, has bought teeth. This woman has teeth having been bought. Illa habet suos.
These.
Well, illa, so haec
Illa.
is nominative feminine singular. Illa is also nominative feminine singular. So
Oh, so
this
that
woman has
or
bought teeth. That woman has suos. Suos out.
suos. That would be hers.
Yeah.
So she has hers.
Yep. So how did that explain the situation?
So one woman lost all her teeth and bought some white ones, and then the other
Yeah,
lady
but
kept
yeah.
her bad teeth.
Yeah. So we have no dental hygiene, right? So lots of people are probably running around with dreadful teeth, but you can have all your teeth extracted and then ivory ones stuck in instead.
So how exactly does that translate?
White teeth. So Thias has black teeth.
Okay.
Lacania has white ones. What is the reason? We would probably say the latter has bought ones.
Oh.
Former, her own. So haec means the closer one, and illa means the farther one. So
Okay.
make that former and latter if you want.
Gotcha. Okay, I forgot about the former and latter. Okay, that makes sense now because I got up to that part. I was thinking about last sentence.
Yeah.
Okay.
I love H2. I don't know if I had you do that, but Marshall says, Quintilianus, why don't I send you my notebooks? Well, so that you don't send me yours. I don't want to exchange notebooks with you because I don't want to have to read your crappy poetry. So there you go. Okay, good. Let's take a break there unless you have any questions. Let's take a 10-minute break. Okay. Do you have any questions about those last 3 units? Today we'll do unit 8, and that will be the last unit for this module. And we'll spend time reviewing tomorrow, Thursday, and happy Friday. So if you're not quite ready to move on, we could delay a little, but it might also be nice to get through unit 8 and then process everything.
Yeah, that sounds nice.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think I'm good to move on. It's just when I was going through the homework last night, I just felt kind of assaulted by all these different types of pronouns and, you know, demonstrative adjectives and just all the different cases and stuff. So, but as we were going through them, I mean, it kind of cleared up. And,
Okay. So, do you think you all know Queek by Quad really well already?
Yeah,
Okay.
that's like the only one I know really well, but
Then let's say for tomorrow's quiz, let's do either Isaid or Ila Ila Ulud or Hik Hik Hawk. And I'm not going to tell you so that you know all really well. And then I'll ask you to do a third declension, 1 or 2 third declension nouns,
Okay.
and a box of infinitives, and then no vocab.
okay.
what of infinitives?
A box, like give the
Oh,
present
okay.
active, the present passive,
Gotcha.
perfect active,
It's like a
perfect
paradigm
passive, and
box.
future active. Yeah.
Okay. And okay.
Does that?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's doable.
I mean, you already know the infinitives. Third declension, you know, preference. Okay, great. So let's do this.
Quick technical question. Can
Yeah.
everybody see your screen? Because I just
Yeah,
see
I
your
can see your
profile.
screen.
Okay. And yeah, I see Rachel, but I don't see Nathan either. So
Well, let me try sharing my screen with my face.
okay.
Can you see that?
No.
No.
I'm thinking maybe I should. Can you send me another, or I'll just hop back into the conversation maybe.
Okay, and then I'm just going to share this actually link with you. So if you end up not being able to see it, at least you could pull it up on your screen.
Okay.
With us, but pop off and pop back on, and we'll wait.
Okay. I'll be right back then.
While we wait, any questions?
No.
No? Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, that's better.
Okay, great.
Thank you.
Screen share again. So, we're going to finish lots of things today. We're going to finish the 2 types of adjectives, the 2 ways adjectives can decline. There were 2 1-2 adjectives. There are also third declension adjectives. So we'll finish. Excuse me. The declensions of adjectives today. Then there are 5 declensions of nouns, and we've done 3. Today we're going to finish the declension of nouns. We'll add fourth and fifth, and then we'll be done with that. There are also theoretically 7 cases, right? We've learned 5 regular ones, then we learned locative, which is only used for cities, towns, small islands, and words, domus, roofs. And then there's a vocative case. And once we're done with that, we'll be done with all 7 cases. And then we're going to learn the imperative mood for verbs. And then we'll have completed all of the moods. We'll have learned indicative, subjunctive, and imperative. And those are the only 3 moods. So we'll have finished all finite verbs. So, cleaning things up pretty well in this. Which sounds a little overwhelming, but actually it's not so much. It's a lot.
Okay.
It's fairly simple. Okay. So third declension adjectives. Thankfully, third declension adjectives are declined like third declension I stem nouns, right? So you don't really have to learn anything new. Just like 2-1-2 adjectives follow second declension, first declension, second declension, noun endings. Third declension adjectives follow the I stem of third declension endings, with the singular exception being the ablative singular for the masculine, feminine. Here is a long I. What is it normally for a third declension I stem, masculine and feminine?
E.
Yes, just an E. And the long I only shows up in the neuter I stem. But here for the third declension adjectives, we have long I's. Masculine and feminine. But other than that, it's exactly the same as the third declension I stem noun endings.
Oh yeah, okay, I stem. Okay.
Yeah, I stem, right? So the eum, the ace, or is, the ia, eum, ia, yeah.
So like for neuter, it's in neuter it's an option between I or IA, but for the adjective it's always IA then?
For the neuter, if it's not I stem, it's A, and if it's I stem, it's always IA.
Okay, so it's the same. So it's the same thing then, because
it's the exact same. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So yeah, there just wasn't parentheses. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, the parentheses in your book was indicating the options, the alternatives that must be used for the I stem, but they didn't do it in a particularly clear way. But if you go over my slides, you will see that it's not an option.
Okay.
Okay. So, for example, you could have the adjective fortis, which it says fortis A, right? Because masculine and feminine forms are identical. It's just giving you the one nominative singular masculine / feminine, and then forte is the neuter nominative singular. So fortis, forte is the same as fortis, fortis, forte. And here are the examples of it declined. So fortis means brave. You can see its declension here. Do you have questions about this? So, Rachel, how would you say a brave man?
A brave man?
Yeah, a brave man.
Fortis vir.
Yeah, good. So they agree in gender, with all adjectives, agree in gender, number, and case with the nouns they modify. Of course, they do not have to be the same declension, as we already talked about. But fortis vir. Okay, so how would we say brave queens? Nathan.
Fortes regina.
Yes, fortes regina. Regina. And let's see. Corey, would you say for the brave town?
For the brave town.
So
Yeah, town. So Forti, Opie, Opido.
Opido. Yep. Yep. Good. Okay. Questions about that? Okay. So then this sounds very complex. It's really, really not. There are 3 different types, it says, of third declension adjectives. First, adjectives of 3 terminations. 3 terminations mean there are 3 different nominative singular forms. So, acer, acres, acre, right? So the masculine nominative singular is actually different than the feminine nominative singular. But then if you go back, right, it would be acer, acris, acri, acrema, acri, acres, acrium, acribus, acres, acribus, etc., etc., etc. So all the other cases are the same. It's just the masculine nominative singular is a little different. And then there are adjectives with 2 terminations, which mean masculine and feminine nominative singulars are identical, and then the neuter nominative singular is different. So you have the masculine / feminine nominative singular form, and then the neuter nominative singular form. And your dictionary is going to list it with just 2 forms. Instead of saying fortis, fortis, forte, which you should say for all adjectives, adjectives should have masculine nominative singular, feminine nominative singular, neuter nominative singular. They decide to save a little bit of ink and not really print the same feminine singular form. And then adjectives of 1 termination actually exist, which means the nominative singular forms for all different genders are the same. So Felix is masculine nominative singular, feminine nominative singular, and neuter nominative singular. And then it will always give you the genitive singular form, Felix, which will then supply you with the stem that you need to use for all the other forms. Was that clear?
Yeah.
Yeah. Do you have any questions? Feel free to say again. So Felix, Felicus looks like a what? What does it look like? If you just saw those 2 words, Felix, Felicus, what would you say? What kind of word is that? In the dictionary, we'd say it's not a verb. What does it look like?
Looks like a noun.
It looks like a noun, right? You have a nominative singular form and a genitive singular form.
Yeah.
So you'd have to be careful with these adjectives of 1 termination when you're looking at the book, and make sure you think about it. Oh, is that a noun or is that an adjective? Felix means happy. Clearly that's an adjective, not a noun. But if you're just skimming through, you might get confused because you want only nouns to have 2 forms and adjectives to always have 3. But dictionaries are apparently stingy, so we don't do all 3. Okay, so Rachel, how would you find the stems for all of these adjectives?
For the okay, I'm not sure if this is right, but I think you would take the second form and then drop the is, so like ACR for the first one.
Exactly. So for the first one, you go to the feminine nominative singular and drop the is. Yeah. And then how about for fortis, forte?
I think that would just be like fort.
Yes, you would go You probably want to go to the neuter form just in case there's something funky going on in the
Okay.
masculine singular, but yeah, fort, F-O-R-T. And then Felix Felicus, where do you find the stem?
Fairly. So you would go to the
Yes,
genitive for that one, wouldn't you?
genitive.
Okay.
Yes, because this nominative form is weird. Yeah. So the accusative nominative singular would be what? Accusative masculine singular. I said accusative nominative, which makes no sense. Accusative masculine singular form of Felix Felicus.
William?
Felicem.
Felicem. Okay.
Felicem. Corey, what would be the neuter accusative singular form? This is a trick.
Yeah,
It's not a trick.
I'm not sure.
Okay, so what is Felix?
Happy.
And what is the form Felix?
Felix.
Oh,
What is that? Masculine?
That's
Feminine? Or-
so
it's masculine.
It's masculine and feminine and
Oh,
neuter nominative singular. It's all three. So if it's neuter nominative singular, Felix is neuter nominative singular. And the neuter accusative singular is going to be
I'm not sure.
Nathan. You said, "Oh," like you had a revelation. So,
Felix.
Felix, right?
Yeah,
Remember the neuter rule?
Oh, it's always
it's the same.
Nominative
same.
and accusative are always the
Yeah.
same, and that's the neuter rule for nouns, for adjectives, for pronouns, for anything that could be neutered. That's the
okay.
rule. Okay. So if you go back here and look, if we were doing the neuter chart, it would be Felix, Felicus, Felici, Felix, Felici, Felicia, Felicium, Felicidus, Felicia, Felicibus. Okay, so you use that Felic stem for everything except the nominative singular, and then for neuter, nominative and accusative, singular. Is that good? Anyone have questions? So then, our third declension adjective, our present active participle, we can finally decline it, right? It's punyans, ons, ends, ends. Now we can finally decline it because it's a third declension adjective of one termination. So punyans, the ons ending is the nominative singular for all of the genders. And then to find the stem, that S transforms into a T, and then you add the endings, punyantis. Right, so second declension goes ends, entis, third declension ends, entis, third IO, eends, entis, and fourth eends, entis. So this is the declension of the present active participle. So, Corey, how would you say the fighting man? Punyar is to fight.
So Puknan sphere.
We're punyans, exactly.
Here.
How about I hate the fighting queen? Nathan?
What's that? That's so that'd be Odo.
OD.
OD.
It's always the perfect.
Yeah.
OD.
OD. tem, re, reginam. Reginam.
Yes. Punyantem reginam.
Not
How about how about if you wanted to translate, Rachel, them is fighting words, which would be illa sunt. Those are.
Soon. But so cute. So, pugnantia ver. Oh, I'm trying to do this off the top of my head.
I know.
Verbas?
Yeah. Whereba.
Verba.
That's second declension neuter. Yeah. Illa sunt whereba punyanti. Okay, good. Questions about that? Did you understand my explanation of how to form all the other, how to decline all the other adjectives from the other conjugations? Because, you
Yeah.
know, yes,
Well,
you did.
how would it be like? How would it look with like the active participle then?
Okay, let's stop sharing. Because I don't think I did. Okay, so let's see. Video, second declension. How do you form the present active participle?
With the ns.
Yeah, so present stem plus the same vowel that you use for the imperfect plus ns. We dent. Okay, so can anyone form the genitive singular from that?
So videntis.
Videntis, exactly. Take that s to make it a t, and then add the genitive singular is.
Let's say it again.
Okay, so look in the group chat. So present
Yeah, I
stem,
see.
okay, plus e and s is the nominative singular.
Right.
And it's the present stem stays the same, and the en stays the same, but it
Takes the s.
it takes a t, and that's your stem. We dent, and then
Okay.
Videntis is the genitive singular. So it's videns, videntis, videnti, videntem, videnti, videntes, videntium, videntis, etc.
Okay.
Videntis. Okay, and then the third conjugation. So ago, agere. How do you form the present participle for that one?
The agens.
Agens. Right, and then the genitive singular would be
Again. Agentis.
agentis, right? Which is where we get agent.
Hmm.
Okay. So remember when I was introducing you to participles, and I said, now for some reason all the derivatives end in t, and I'll explain later. Well, this is why. So these are all the stems basically. So participant, agent. So many more that I can't think of. Yeah, can't think of them right now, but they're there. Yeah. We need to go over how to do third IO, and fourth. Is that clear? You won't insult me if you say I need to go over just to double.
Maybe one quick third eye
Third
step.
IO. Okay, so facio, facere. So how do you form the present participle?
Fucken.
So
Fuckens.
Faciens.
faciens.
Oh.
faciens. You use present stem plus the vowel or vowels that conjugation uses to form the imperfect indicative, which in this case is I-E. And then NS. So faciens and then facientes. And venio, go ahead. Or did you say something?
Oh, no, it was just a verbal clarity thing.
Okay.
Just said okay.
Okay. And then venio, right? Venio, venire. Present participle would be what? Anyone?
Veniens.
Veniens. Veniens.
Venientes.
Expedient. Sorry. Okay.
Okay.
Is that clear?
Yeah.
So let's go over this. A first conjugation verb, so punyo punyare. Its present active participle is what declension?
Can you repeat that? I'm sorry.
Yes. For a first conjugation verb, such as punyo punyare, punyawi punyatus, what declension is its present active participle?
Declension.
Well, first of all, what is its present active participle?
The
The one we just had on the screen.
pugnance, would it be?
Punyans, yeah. Punyans, punyantes.
Okay.
Okay. So, what declension is that?
Second declension.
That's
Or,
first
sorry,
declension.
that's first declension. Yeah.
What?
First declension.
Third.
Third. Remember, we're talking about third declension adjectives. We use third declension. The IS is a third declension genitive singular.
Oh,
Rachel, you look very confused.
Yeah.
But I'm trying to trick you. Right? All present active participles are third declension.
yeah.
Okay.
People just get these weird ideas like numbers should go with each other, right? No. Right? All present active participles, regardless of the conjugation of the verb whence they come, are third declension.
Okay.
All perfect passives, right, and in us, they're 2, 1, 2. And so do the futures, and in us, they're all 2, 1, 2. And so do both the future actives and the future passives, they're all 2, 1, 2. It doesn't matter what conjugation they may or may not have come from. Right? There's no special correlation between declension and conjugation, although there are numbers in both. Very different sorts of numbers.
So it's the only one that's different.
Yeah, this is the only participle that's a third
Okay.
declension participle, which is why it's the only participle that we haven't been able to use, because we didn't have the declension of it. Until now.
Okay.
I know this is, when you preempt a problem, sometimes you just cause a problem in people's minds, but I've had enough people have problems with this that I wanted to make clear that you should not get confused in that way. But if you don't think you're going to get confused in that way, then just let it slip by. Do not worry. Is that good? So then, we're done. Those are the only two ways, the only two types of adjectives you can have. 2 and 2 or third declension. There are no fourth declension adjectives. There are no fifth declension adjectives. There are no adjectives that take third declension with something else, like Greek does. Right? Those are the only two camps into which an adjective can fall in Latin. There you go. All right, ready to keep going? Are you ready to keep going?
Let's do it.
There's a question, not a statement. Okay. So, having finished adjectives, we shall now finish nouns. Okay. So the most nouns in Latin, probably at least 80%, probably even more, fall into one of the first three declensions. But there are a number of very important nouns that fall into the fourth and fifth. So words like hope, faith, which you can't exactly go without, hand, fear, home sometimes fall into the fourth and fifth declension. So although you won't see them all the time, sense, thing, you do need to know these declensions. Go forward. Okay, so the fourth declension. Most fourth declensions are either masculine or feminine, and they use the same endings. So you only have to memorize one set. And they go like this: us, ui, u, us, ibus, ibus. So very you heavy. And can you notice anything about these endings that might help you when you're trying to memorize them?
The ibus.
Ibus, okay, right, so that's the same as what?
Third declension.
As
Yeah, the third declension. That had ibus in the dative and ablative plural. Anything else?
Even the is kind of like the third declension I stem, but you replace the I with a U.
Exactly. Are there any other forms where you could take the third declension I stem and replace a vowel with a U?
Yeah, the nominative plural.
Nominative plural, right? Ace would go to us, and then accusative plural, ace would also go to us.
ablative plural. I mean singular.
Ablative singular, long I would go to long U.
Yeah, the genitive singular.
Genitive singular, is would go to us.
And then the accusative singular.
And would go to So, yes. There you go. And that's like you don't have to memorize anything except the dative singular is not just oo, but ooey. Right? Es goes to us, is goes to us, e goes to ooey, m goes to e goes to oo, ace goes to us, goes to ibus stays the same, and ace goes to us. So, presuming that you are solid on your third declension I stems, you should be able to memorize the fourth declension in a sense. And perhaps memorizing the fourth declension will help you solidify those third declension I stems. Questions about that?
Wait, so there are no neuter fourth declension nouns?
There are, and they look like this.
Okay.
Ooh, us, ooh, ua, ibus, ua, ibus.
Interesting.
But there are very few of them. The only one I can think off the top of my head is Genu, which means knee. Does anyone know an English derivative from Genu? You would only know this if you were familiar with probably the Roman Catholic Church.
What is the word?
Yeah. Genu, Genu.
Genuflect?
Genuflect. What's flectoflectere? Flectoflectere
What was
is
that?
to bend.
Oh,
Flectoflectere is to bend, so genuflect is knee bending. Bending. Genu would be the accusative singular, and flectoflectere. Okay. So there are some neuter ones. They're very rare. Your book doesn't even write them out in a chart. So let's just say, if you ever run into them, you see a word with lots of U's, maybe you're gonna remember there might potentially be a fourth declension neuter noun, but I'm not gonna ask you to memorize this chart. Okay, but for honesty, clarity, being up front, we have the chart so you know what it would look like. And then the fifth, examples. So manus, did I tell you what that meant? I think I mentioned it briefly, but manual, like manual labor.
like self?
It means hand, actually. So manual
hand.
labor is stuff you have to work that you have to do with your hands.
Like a manicure.
Yes, exactly. And a pedicure is from pes pedis, meaning foot. Yes, exactly. So manus, manus, manui, manu, manu, manus, manu, manibus, manus, manibus. Okay, and you're going to notice there are three forms that are identical: genitive, singular, and then nominative and accusative, plural. Questions about that? Okay. And then, just for an example, here's Genu, the knee word, Genu, Genus, Genu, 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 Genua, Genu, Genibus. Genu. Okay, there we go. And then the fifth declension, there are only masculine and feminine. There are no neuter fifth declensions. And in fact, I think there is but one masculine noun. It's dies, meaning day. I don't, maybe there are one or two more, but all the others are feminine. So basically this is, the fifth declensions are all are all feminine. And the endings are ace, a, ace, arum, abus, ace, abus. So fifth declension, strongly characterized by E. And you can see some patterns. We have abus instead of ibus. We have ace and ace, just like the third declension. M like the third. And they would look like this. So fides, fidei, fidei, fidem, fide, fides, fiderum, fidebus, fides, fidebus. Anyone know what fides means?
Is that faith?
Faith, yeah. So fidelity having to do with faith. Yeah.
So, how
Yeah.
would you like? What do the lexical entries look like for like fourth or fifth declension nouns? Like, how are they? How would you know that something is a fourth or fifth declension?
Just like all nouns, the lexical entry is a nominative singular and the genitive singular. So manus would be manus manus. Manus
Okay.
manus. Genu would be genu genus. And this would be fides fidei.
Okay.
So you can always look at the genitive singular. If it's AE, it's first. If it's long I, it's second. If it's IS, third. Long US, fourth. E long I, it's fifth. Okay. Spiritus. Spiritus is a fourth declension noun. So that's an important word, particularly in ecclesiastical settings. Whoa! Okay. Okay. So let's pause that briefly. I'm gonna put a little phrase in the group chat. Can anyone, well, probably guess what it means, but Gloria Patri et Filio et Spiritui Sancto. So glory, Gloria, glory, B, we add, sit, B. And then Patri is Pater Patris, third, what declension?
Dative.
Dative.
Dative, third declension. So glory
To the Father.
to the Father.
And
What's filio coming from?
Son. Filios.
Filius, filiis, is what declension?
That would be
second.
third.
Second.
Oh.
Filius, filii, second. So not patri, dative singular in the third declension, but filio,
Dative singular in the second declension.
dative singular in the second declension. To the Son, et spiritui, spiritus,
Dative singular in the fourth declension.
dative singular in the fourth declension. And you can tell now what gender spiritus is.
Masculine.
It's masculine. And how do you know that?
I guess technically it could be feminine, but I don't think it's feminine.
Well, it actually could. I mean, if you just said Gloria Patri et Filio et
It's
Spiritui,
the
it
Sancto.
could be.
It could.
Sancto is a 2-1-2 adjective
Okay.
that agrees in gender number in case it's Spiritui, so it must be dative masculine.
Okay.
Cool.
Look at all this Latin. Okay. Questions about any of those declensions? All right. Then let's get our irregular verb down, and then we will finish the moods of verbs. It'll be great. Okay, so the irregular verb eo, iri, ii, or iwi features. So when are irregular verbs irregular?
Depends.
Well, only in the present system. They can only be
Okay.
irregular in the present system because Once you get to the perfect system,
Oh, that's right.
everything is regular. There's no conjugation difference, and so there's no irregular verb difference. Now, you might say, but wait, you have a third principal part with a slash. That can't be regular, can it? Well, it is. There are just two alternatives for your perfect stem. It can either just be an I, or it can be a long I with a V. And you say, well, how do you know? And I say, well, you don't know. It just depends on what you want. EE, the first form, is, I think, a little bit more elegant. And the second form is a little bit less elegant, but that shouldn't bother you, which one you need to use. Elegance, you don't need to strive for extreme elegance. And I think you'll be able to identify them when you find slightly more or less elegant authors. And I don't think, elegant, whatever. That's just an impression. But I feel like Cicero would use EE, and the medieval authors would be more prone to use EE. But that doesn't mean that Cicero would never use EE, or that the medieval authors are doing something wrong by any means. Okay. So the present indicative. Oh, I should probably tell you what this verb means. It means to go.
Okay.
So eo is it, imus itis eunt. Really short words. Right? It, he goes. Eo, I'm going. And then the imperfect. It's actually rather regular. You just have a long I as your stem, and then have bam, bas, bat, bamus, batis, bant. So that's fine. I was going, you were going, he, she, it was going. Then the future, you have the same long I for your stem, and then bo vispit, bunus vitis bunt. So exactly what we did with the first and second conjugations, just those endings added on to a long I. I shall go, you will go, etc. Then the present subjunctive is eam, eas, eat, eamus, eatus, eant. It's not eam, east, eat, although it may look like that since you speak English. But eam, eat, eas, eamus, eatus, eant. And the imperfect subjunctive is, of course, regular. Just use the infinitive and then roundings. Yay! Questions about that? So how would you say he goes?
It.
It.
Just it?
So just it. It.
Okay.
So if he goes out, remember the word
Exit.
for exit, right? Exit, that's what it means. Exeo, I go out. Exis, you go out. Exit, he, she, it goes out. So
Cool.
I guess it's the path we're saying. It's because it's not a command, it's just a statement. He goes out. Maybe the door. This door goes out. I don't know what it is exactly. But if you ever read Shakespeare, when everyone leaves the stage, he says, exeunt. They go out, right? Everybody leaves the stage. Curtain call or something.
So what about
Questions about? Yeah, go ahead.
existence? Like, how does that come from the Latin?
I think it's from ex plus sisto sistere, which means to stand. So
Okay.
existence is standing forth out of nothingness.
Okay.
But I don't think that's not related to this. Good question. Okay. Do you have any questions about that? I mean, there's nothing theoretical. It's just some more forms to learn.
No questions.
And if you read your book, it will show you what the present participle is, which is ens euntis. So to find the stem, you go to the second part, which is the genitive singular eunt, and that's the stem for your participle. Okay, now to the fun part. We can start commanding each other. This is a sort of thing that, like, in all modern languages, I think they teach you the imperatives first. So you can say, sit up, sit down, talk, shut up, come, go. Play Simon Says and all that. So here we finally get to that point.
It just seems like a really imperialistic way to learn a language.
Well, I mean, imperialistic, but also probably regular.
Yeah. Okay.
Babies probably get commands, first.
Yeah.
It's very simple, just one word. You can have a statement, give, no, etc.
I suppose, yeah.
But imperialistic is another way to put it. Okay. So, the imperative in Latin is the command form. It's a direct command. If I want to tell you to do something, I use an imperative. Not an indicative, not a statement of fact, not a subjunctive, something less than fact, but a command. I want some fact to come into existence. And thank goodness, in Latin, we only have a second person command. Okay, so I can command you, who are singular, or you, who are plural. Those are the only two commands I can have. And the endings, to form the present active imperative, you use the present stem for all of the conjugations. And then if it's first conjugation, you add a long A, second a long E, third a short E, and fourth a long I. And then in the plural, not just you do something, but y'all do something. Ate, ete, ite, and ite. So audi means just one of you listen. Audite means all y'all listen. If I tell one of you to free, I don't know, free the cows, libera. If I tell you all to, liberate. Questions about that? No? It seems clear?
Yeah, that seems clear.
Okay. So you can have both an active imperative and a passive imperative. So not only free something, do something, but you can command someone to have something be done to them, which you might have to puzzle out in your brain, but we do actually have these. And we do use this in English. So you can tell someone, be pleased, which means like this. So be pleased with what I did. Okay, stop complaining. So forms, what do those look like?
Second principal part.
Yeah, they look like the present active infinitive, and they are in fact identical to the present active infinitive. The present stem plus are, ere, and ire. That is the form of the singular passive imperative. And then liberamini, placemini, redimini, and audimini, what do those look identical to? So present stem plus a vowel and then mini, right?
Just
Eristor.
yeah.
Yeah, go ahead, Nathan.
I was gonna say just the second person plural present stem.
Present active indicative.
Yeah. Present active.
Present active indicative. Yeah. So liberamini means either you all are freed or be freed. Y'all. Placemini means either you all are pleased or be pleased. Okay. Questions about that?
So what
Yeah.
was that mini part? I mean, where's that come from? Where have we seen that?
That's the second plural present active indicative.
Second plural present active.
Present passive, sorry.
Present passive. Yes.
Passive.
Present
Okay.
passive. Indicative.
Okay.
I was
Yeah.
I was
Yeah.
confused too for a second. Okay.
Sorry. Aristor, more mini intor.
Yeah.
Are the endings.
Okay.
Yeah. So it's identical in form. Context will indicate. Often if there's an exclamation point at the end, it's going to be an imperative. Of course, that doesn't apply in Latin, but you aren't reading. I mean, it didn't apply in the ancient times, but you're not reading ancient books. You are reading modern books. So that's a good hint. Okay. And then the negative imperative, you actually don't use an imperative. To form a negative command, you use the imperative noli or nolite, depending on if it's singular or plural, and the present active infinitive. So noli liberare, don't free, noli placere, don't please, noli regere, don't rule, noli audire, don't listen, and then nolite, if it's plural, y'all, don't free, etc. And then if we use the present active infinitive to form a negative active command, how do you think we form a negative passive command? Rachel?
The negative passive command.
Mm-hmm.
Singular or plural?
Either.
So you'd still have the nole in front.
Mm-hmm.
And for the singular, you would still use the second principal part, but then for the
you don't use the present active infinitive.
present passive
You
infinitive.
use the present passive infinitive.
Okay.
Noli liberari, don't be free, noli placere, noli regi, noli audire. And then noli changes to nolite if it's plural. Okay, good.
So wait.
Yes, yeah.
So it's not changed. Okay, no, I got it. Yeah, I got it.
Yeah, so the nolite is actually a command. That's actually an imperative in and of itself.
Okay.
So it basically means don't to do something. Don't, singular, or don't y'all to do something. And then if it's don't, either to do something or to something to be done.
Okay. All right, sounds good.
Okay, and then the last topic here. And then we can, yeah. So, minus is the vocative case. Okay, so in Latin, the vocative case, first of all, is easy to learn because almost always it is identical to the nominative case. It is identical in form to the nominative case. And the vocative case, the way you use it was, what's voco vocare mean? Do you know that one? Maybe you don't.
What was that? Sorry. Voco
Voco vocare.
to call?
To call.
Yeah, to call. So vocative is when you're calling someone, meaning it's when you're directly addressing somebody. So if you say, hey, Bob, you're not making a statement about him, so he can't be the nominative. But you're directly addressing him. So you put his name, Bob, in the vocative case.
So did we see that when we read yesterday about the enrolled senators
Yes,
or the
Congress
okay.
was the vocative case. Now, it didn't trouble you because it looked identical to the nominative case, and we just left it as a floating nominative and didn't trouble ourselves, but it was actually the vocative case. So in most cases, the vocative is identical to the nominative. The only exceptions are second declension masculine nouns. So the ones that end in US go to E, so Marcus becomes Marque, and IUS go to I, Cornelius goes to Corneli, and then masculine singular adjective meus goes to me and I. Yay! Okay. And actually, Jesus, Jesus, has an irregular vocative, Jesu. So I'm trying to think. There's a song in Latin that I know. I can't even remember. I'd have to start singing it. I'm not going to sing it. But there's the phrase "O bone Jesu," right? So bonus a un, bone us, just the a for the vocative, and then Jesus has an irregular Jesu for the vocative. So "O bone Jesu" means what?
Oh, good Jesus.
Oh, good Jesus. It's the Anima Christi prayer. Anima Christi Sanctificame. Which actually we could do. Let's see. Anima Christi Sanctificame. This is a prayer of unknown attribution. Some people attribute it to Ignatius of Loyola, but it was, the first record is like 300 years before he was born, so I don't think so. But, you know, if there's a really good prayer, people are like, oh, it must have been this popular saint. That's how Augustine has tons and tons and tons of homilies attributed to him that actually Caesarius of Arles wrote, but nobody knows about Saint Caesarius of Arles. Everybody knows about Augustine, so might as well call it Augustine. Anyway, so Anima Christi, vocative, sanctifica, sanctifico, sanctificare, so first
Okay.
conjugation, so what form is that? It's the imperative, the second person imperative. So anima, Rachel, can you take a stab at this?
Wait, you said sanctifica was second person imperative?
Imperative, yeah. Sanctifica, if it were plural, it would be sanctificate.
Okay. Okay, so anima like soul.
Soul, Christi.
Christi
So
would
Christus,
be
Christi.
soul of Christ, sanctify me.
Soul of Christ, sanctify me. Command. Sanctify me. Accusative. Christi sanctificum corpus Christi. Nathan, can you translate that a little bit? Salvo salvare is to save.
I say, body of Christ, save me.
Yes, body of Christ, corpus. What case is corpus? Corpus corporis.
That case is nominative.
It would look nominative, but you're actually directly addressing. So it's evocative.
Oh, right, this is right. Okay. Yeah. I see. Okay.
Sorry.
Mm.
Do you know what words do you not know? I don't remember what words you know.
I don't know sanguis.
sanguinis is a third
It's like
declension,
sanguine.
meaning blood.
Oh, blood. Okay. So blood of Christ.
And you can actually guess what that verb means.
Inebriate me.
Inebriate, make drunk in a,
Spiritual
Paul
way.
talks about spiritual drunkenness. So that's a good thing, not a bad thing. Sanguis Christi inebriame, aqua lateris Christi avame. Rachel? Latus lateris, do you know that word?
Yes, but no. As in, I
Okay.
should know it.
Latus
It's in our
lateris.
vocab list.
Lateral?
Deep? No.
What? No. Lateral movement is what to what? Side to
Side
side.
to side.
Latus means side.
Okay. Water.
Mm-hmm.
Side. Of,
What case is latus?
Okay, lateris is the genitive singular.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So water of
Yeah, or from here. Water
From.
from.
the side of Christ.
Mm-hmm.
Um,
There's a reference to
when he was,
resurrection. Yeah.
yeah.
Water from the side of Christ. Lava. Lavare. The only thing I can think of is lavatory, but that's not really going to help you. Well, lavatory means washroom.
Okay. Oh, wash me. Water from
Washing.
the side of side. Wash me. Would it be like cleanse me, or would it have to be wash?
Cleanse, wash.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. I think wash, these are very concrete, right?
Mhm.
Inebriate, they're very solid metaphors. So probably wash is a little
Okay.
bit more solid than cleanse. Sounds like a little bit more metaphorical. But
Yeah.
that's fine. Nathan?
Paseo.
Osseo. You just add an N on to that, and then you find the English version.
Oh, passion. Okay.
Passion.
Okay, so Christ, passion of Christ, comfort me,
Mhm.
or
Comfort,
Christ.
right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Now we get the word comfort from conforta, but what does the adjective forte mean?
We just do this.
We just did it.
Brave. Is it brave?
Brave or strong. Yeah. So conforta means to strengthen. So if you're comforted, you are strengthened. It's a much less wimpy word if you think about it. I mean, comfort is good, but it's not just a feeling. It should be actively better.
It's the same in Greek, isn't it, with the paraklesis?
Yes, I think so. Yeah. And then Obonie, which is where I got this. Obonie is exaudiment. Sorry.
Oh, good Jesus, exalt me.
Well, what's Audi? Audio, audiere?
Oh, that's here. So
Here. So ex Audi is,
hear from me.
yeah, hear me out, or
Okay.
just hear and then X strengthens, not just like listen, but attend to me, very actively listening. Okay, we're not going to go through the whole of this poem, but you can see you do actually use imperatives and vocatives. Has anyone seen, I think it's Kenneth Branagh, Henry the Fourth?
What's that?
Henry the Fourth by Shakespeare?
It's Henry VIII. Is it Henry VIII?
No, it's not Henry VIII. It's the 100 Years' War. It's either the fourth or the fifth.
I don't remember.
I'll
But I
send
know
you
what
a
you're
clip.
talking about.
So after there's this huge battle on, it's Agincourt. It's in Crispin's day. And anyway, in this movie version, they sing a little song as they're gathering up the dead, and it is now you can translate it. Non nobis Domine, non nobis sed non non pro gloria. Okay, so we have personal pronouns, we have vocatives, we have third declension, we have possessive adjectives, we have imperatives. Everything in the same song. Okay, so non nobis domine, non nobis repeated, sed nomini tuo da gloriam. Okay, where's the vocative?
Domine,
Domine, which means
master.
oh Lord, master, but yes, in ecclesiastical sentence, Lord.
Okay.
It's a prayer. Lord, then where's the verb? Which is an imperative. Very short. Good one. The shortest verb we have.
Oh, duh.
Da, right? That's the present stem. D plus
Yeah.
post conjugation. Yeah, so da meaning what?
To give? Or
Give. Yes, an imperative. Give, O Lord, give, and then the direct object is gloriam. Give
Glory.
glory. Okay, and if you're having giving, probably you have datives. So give the glory, non nobis,
Not to us,
not to us, sed nomini tuo,
but to your name.
but to your name. So not to us, O Lord, but to your name give the glory. And I'll send you the link so you can watch it. It's probably the most memorable scene of any rendition of.
oh, I think it's Henry V.
Henry V.
I think that's right. I don't remember. But.
All right. Well, I'll find it in about 2 minutes and send it to you. Okay. Great.
It's
Question?
gonna kill me now that I don't remember this. But
That's fine.
yeah, no questions. I'm good.
Yeah, it
Okay.
seemed
Yep.
simple enough.
It's Henry V. Good job. Not 8.
Yeah, no, that was the guy with 6
Yeah.
wives. Yeah, that's the wrong one.
Yep. Okay. Great. See you tomorrow.
All right, have a good one.
All right, take care.
Bye.